Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Plague Inc. Evolved Custom Scenarios. Just as a little bit of a heads up to you guys, I am thinking about taking a break from Plague Inc. pretty soon. Probably starting next week. Not forever, I'm sure I'll come back, it is a fun game and worth playing, but I'm kind of reaching a point where I'm not really sure what else I want to be doing. I know people keep sending me suggestions, but a lot of this stuff just isn't really catching my attention. I think I've been doing this for a little bit too long. And I would like to diversify my content out a little bit. So we'll do this for a little bit longer. I'll take a break. I'll probably come back at some point. Just want to let you guys know so no one thinks it just comes out of the blue. Alright, we're going to do After the Eruption. This sounds like it could be kind of fun by JHall107. Yellowstone has erupted, releasing a disease along with it. Yeah, there have been a lot of speculation that if Yellowstone ever were to become, active and explode, that would be pretty devastating for the continental United States. We'll see. However, travel is nearly to a halt. Population has been shifted, and a volcanic winter has changed everything. Can your disease evolve to counteract this? Some slight rebalancing. Antimatter? A few things? Let's not spoil myself too much on this. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the, it even has the same icon, but there is an official scenario that has to do with a volcanic scenario. Something about all the population moving around and changing a lot of travel habits. Maybe it was too much volcanic ash and you couldn't fly? Something along those lines. I'm not sure if this is inspired by that, but let's take a look and see. Okay, I don't need that anymore. Bacteria, ATP boost, Darwinist, Alkoside, Extremophile, and Symptostasis all sounds pretty good. Let's not play on Mega Brutal. That is, of course, from my 5-star Mega Brutal Shadow Plague Guide. And Yellowus Volcanicus. Badly mangled Pig Latin, here we go. Boom! Yellowstone has just erupted, releasing your disease. It has massively, there we go, affected budgets and populations. Climate has been massively shifted. This guy likes massively. Your disease is currently very inefficient. If you are found, even though you have no severity or lethality, blame the nukes, and all the government actions are limited to only happen if your severity surpasses 5. Nukes? There are nukes? No idea, but apparently, as long as we have very low severity, they will not try to cure me no matter what. Okay, well, we have to start in the United States, of course, because Yellowstone, and it immediately infects 1 million people. 1 million infected. What do we have for our options here? We have ash. Very infective. Holy crap, grab. I don't even have to look at the rest. I already know that that's going to be good. Gives the pathogen the ability to travel on volcanic ash. Makes sense, considering it is based off of Yellowstone. Ash 2 allows the pathogen to live on volcanic ash for longer. Fomites. This is for wealthy and urban. Insects, blood, livestock, rodent, bird, water, and air. So these are really the unique ones, but otherwise we have quite a few options to work with. No symptoms available right now. Instead, we have abilities. We start with heat resistance levels 1, 2, and 3. Makes sense. We should be able to survive that pretty well. And then lastly, we have broken scanner? Mess up the scanner. What scanner? There's a scanner? Would you please elaborate on said scanner? No idea. What's this? Heat buildup. Allows a pathogen to build up heat and transfer it to a victim. Is this kind of like a Trojan Plains? I'm not too sure. Kill everyone. Debug ability. Make them suffer. These are debug. Bunch of DNA. May have to wait. I'm guessing these are all for debugging purposes, because it's kind of, max lethality and severity. So I probably shouldn't pick those up if I want to, just kind of play with the spirit of the scenario. Bacterial resilience, drug resistance, cold resistance, and DNA repair. Slightly repairs damaged genetics, allowing for some early symptoms. We probably will want that to unlock the symptoms, but for now, let's enjoy our increased status here in the USA. Tensions are rising. Tensions between several superpowers and a former superpower that kept its nukes are rising excessively. Many experts say that World War III is imminent. Oh, they changed the name of a lot of the countries. The Eurasian Union. Your Eastern Europe Commonwealth, the Byzantine Empire, of course, has to get resurrected. Italy, France, Iberia, UK, Fourth Reich. Scandinavia. Saudi Arabia, Australia, at least the USA still lives, at least for now. I mean, granted, volcano, but still. Caribbean Union, just kind of looking around, seeing what else has been added into this. Interesting that China is still considered the Eurasian Union, so this entire region here becomes a giant superstate. Japanese Empire apparently has been revived. The Korean Wasteland. I do like it when authors are feeling pretty creative as far as like an alternative history, like future path. Pretty fun. World War III has started. Between the Eastern Europe Commonwealth and the Eurasian Union, the conflict is expected to be nuclear. Hey, at least the United States is not to blame for this one. Huzzah! What do we want to go for? I'm going to grab air so I can get on planes a little bit faster. Though, well, that's interesting. The USA doesn't actually have any planes, I'm just realizing. Wait, are there no... I regret this immensely. There are no airports. Water travel is apparently the only kind of travel, and it is primarily between Norway and Greenland. Getting into Greenland is shockingly easy in that circumstance. All right, let's go ahead and pick up some water transmission. Don't get me wrong, air transmission still can be good once I get down to this region of the world, but it's gonna be a while. Let's go for water level 2, more increased infectivity. Please get me on a boat. The USA does not have very many boats, but the UK has a few, shooting off into Iceland like little bullets. Pew! No idea what else to do here. Alright, so let's go ahead and unlock the repaired DNA. That unlocks anemia and coughing. Infected begin to spread the pathogen into the air. Barely noticeable due to people already coughing as a result of ash in the air. Well, that makes a lot of sense now, doesn't it? See, it's sometimes the little things like that where the author takes a normal symptom but makes it, change the description to make a little bit more sense based on the theme. That I really appreciate, It is the year 2127, by the way, I just noticed that. This is going to be really unpleasant, isn't it? Because we can barely get around thanks to the reduced complete lack of air travel and reduced water travel. And we're having a hard time spreading in places like the UK until we get some drug resistance. Probably want to save up 12 points to do that. ASAP, because otherwise we're not going to be able to spread throughout Europe. I thought wealth shifted around, but Europe is still wealthy, it turns out. Shame. Alright, well, let's pick that up. That should make things a little bit easier. Not a lot, but a tiny little bit. At least we're having a good time spreading through Central America, but that's pretty much it. Eastern European Commonwealth. Again, I really wish that someday the authors of Plague Inc. will create the ability to make your own nations. I understand that that would be a bit of a challenge coding-wise, but that would still be kind of cool, right? DNA extension. Pathogen constructs DNA not originally present. Oh, Pravus, just give up now. Alright, yes. Alright, so what do you want to go for? I think we want to go for fomites so we can spread a little bit faster in urban and wealthy countries. That is the perfect counter to Europe. Trying to screw me over the way that it has been. Getting around to South Africa at least, so we're starting to get some different origin points for the virus. Gonna have a hard time getting into Europe, though, or the Eurasian Union. I guess what? Communist Russia and Communist Russia. Nationalist Russia and Communist China all decide to get together? Is that what the story is there? I don't know. It expands pretty far south. Looks like India actually has a resistance in this version of alternate history. They are trying to fight against the Eurasian Union. Good for you guys. Alright, what else do we want to do? Having a hard time getting enough infectivity. Do we want anemia? I have to be careful not to get too much severity or else we will get detected. Now, hypersensitivity is usually good in wealthy regions, so I'm kind of curious about that. We'll go for pneumonia instead. Better in the cold climates, that should help us a lot. They have officially detected us. I don't know if that means that we have reached the point where we have 5 severity and can be cured. I'm not sure exactly how that works. There's not exactly a scale in the base game, now is there? No, there most certainly is not. Weeping sores. Misshapen sores appear on the face and ooze dark pus. Be a little bit more severe than I want. Victim has headaches. No. I am going to go for fomites too to help us spread a little bit faster in Western Europe. The scenario is pretty slow thus far, but that's sort of to be expected anytime you're going to mess with air and water travel to that extent. Even the USA, I'm shocked how slow the USA is. We already started off with 1 million people infected, but we're getting like no progress. It's kind of unpleasant. Let's see. I'm going to go for the birds to increase our odds of getting some land transmission. There we go. That certainly helps get the ball rolling. Yellowest Volcanus has been placed on the watch list. The thing is, we're actually spreading pretty well in a lot of the northern areas, like Russia, which is considered wealthy, by the way. Don't think I haven't noticed that. I'm going to go for bird 2. Again, just increasing my land transmission. Weeping Sores has mutated, so we probably have enough severity that we should be able to be cured. Mexico shuts down their seaports. How are we supposed to get to all of the islands, though? That's what I want to know. Let's get rid of the slight lethality here. That would be quite bad. I'm going to go for some bacterial resilience, and we could go for DNA repair again, but I'm going to go for a level of cold resistance, make things even easier. Eastern Europe Commonwealth leading global cure effort. Okay, they started working on me pretty quick here. Central America now working on that cure. That's going a little on the fast side. That's a little faster than I can handle considering how slow I am to spread. That's not good. That's not good at all. We need more transmission, don't we? Let's go for insects for the hot climates. Hypersensitivity mutated for free. Certainly helps. We've been fully sequenced. That means they're going to cure me very quickly now. Rural blood for the poor. I think we go for Ash 2. Okay, we are starting to pick up some speed here. We need to get some lethality or else we're going to lose. I probably need to go for DNA repair level 2. Just to unlock some new options. If we don't get lethality, I think we're just done. Yeah, that means we may not be able to get into the Empire of Zealandia, but it's better than just losing straight out. Maybe there are some options for us. Confucian. Oh, was that spelled correctly? Yeah, it was. Okay. Blurriness. Vision becomes blurry. Insanity. All right, let's pick up the Weeping Sores again. Pharyngitis. Doesn't do a lot for me. Insanity is probably better. Let's pick up Headache, though. That does not unlock anything. Darn. Okay. Well, we have DNA repair level 3. Gives pathogen the ability to kill. I really probably need that quite badly. Now, I am noticing that they're not actually shutting down their seaports very easily, despite the fact that we have fully infected some countries. So I'm kind of hopeful that this means that our odds of getting into the Empire of New Zealand is going to be a little bit easier. We are killing a little too fast in Canada, shockingly enough. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. We probably need to go for some more bacterial resilience for the cold climates. I thought cold climates were doing pretty well, but apparently not. I think we're going to lose here. We're just not killing fast enough. Well, obviously I'm going to have to restart, but that's a little bit frustrating. I think I need to get some DNA from the blue bubbles because I'm just kind of running out of gas. We can't spread fast enough to get a meaningful amount of DNA. Yeah, I'm going to change things up a little bit. I'll be right back. Well, I was thinking I was going to lose this scenario again. Turns out if you go for the debug mode, it gives you like 1,000,000 points. So, all right, kind of cheated on that, I suppose. So the thing is, I was going to lose this one again. There's just no way around it. So I don't think this is necessarily a balanced scenario that it can be won, at least not pretty easily. Let's just go ahead and pick up a lot of these options. Ultimate Bioaerosol, kind of fun. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick up as much transmission stuff here as possible. Let's see if we can finish this off. Because here's the thing, even with maximum infectivity, you can see here that the USA still is barely moving. I mean, it's starting to get there now, I guess, but wow. Really quite rough. Let's go for this resistances. Let's go for the drug resistance. Bacterial resilience, full resilience. I don't know what heat buildup does. Let's see. I think I'm going to lose anyway because I didn't get into the Philippines, technically. What does heat buildup do? I can't even get into places like Australia, so I don't know. Infect every country. I mean, I could just do a debug mode, but let's see if we can find a way to get to a country that's already closed off. Pathogen finishes repairing DNA, allowing for some quite lethal symptoms. Blah 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 blah. Go for slight fever, paranoia, blurriness, insanity, suicide, total brain death, weeping sores, total organ failure, necrosis is always quite good. Glad to see that that's in here. Good to know. Major paralysis, suicide. What else are we missing here? DNA extension is basically the same thing as DNA repair, by the way. It unlocks new stuff. DNA reaction is apparently the final form. Extensions and repaired sections of DNA react, allowing the pathogen to have unthinkable extreme symptoms, which sounds great. Body consumption, combustion, extreme hallucinations. So many ways to get out to maximum lethality. Seizures, tumors, fever, mild fever. I'm looking for anything that can help me get to a country. Not seeing anything. Flamethrower, organ liquefaction, bleeding eyes, body consumption, blah, blah, blah. No, doesn't look like there are any options there. So yeah, we're going to lose anyway, even with the cheats, unless I pick up Infect Every Country, which I guess I'm going to have to do. There is no way to get there. So what that tells me then is that the only real way to be winning this scenario is to focus on only getting transmissions, get no infectivity, and just severity, so that they never work on the cure, and just sit there for, honestly, probably about an hour. About an hour to have enough DNA to just straight up win. Yeah, that's a little bit of an imbalance in the scenario. The idea behind it's kind of cool, but it seems like it's trying to do a little bit too much. I mean, as far as like the DNA extensions and such, you're going to have to sink about 50-60 DNA just to unlock everything, which I would say is a little bit much. Your players are not going to be able to experience all of your content. But on top of that, I don't know, I feel like something needs to be done as far as modifying the resistances or infectivity or something to boost yourself up in the beginning of the game, because it is such a slow start. And really, if you're going to create a scenario where you have to go under the radar so much that you've infected almost the entire world just saving up DNA, I don't know how that's going to work, man. You're going to have no fuel with no severity. You get less DNA from red bubbles. If they haven't started working on the cure, you can't take advantage of the blue bubbles with the catalytic switch. I don't know. The scenario needs a little bit of work, in my opinion. The idea is good, and I think most of the content in there is fine, but the balancing as far as the early game start, I would say, is going to be crucial. A little bit too slow, really starves you for points, and no one's going to want to sit there for like 2,000 or 3,000 days in-game before they can really start evolving some of their first symptoms. It's just going to take too long. But that's my opinion on that. Otherwise, I like the direction that it's going, just needs a bit of work. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed. If so, then be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.